Your main man, Underwood, your favorite evil NPC of RPGs, returns with his chaotic good beard of vengeance to inspire your minds. Now, this is going to be a video requested by Sarouge4. Now, he's just putting an RPG channel together. He's a new guy to RPGs, fairly new, at least by my old-ass standards. And he's asking me a question. You can go check his channel out, and it's 99% guaranteed. I will not remember to put his name in the little comments box below, but eventually it'll get there, all in time. That being said, what he asked is about evil characters. Now, he says his game masters have never allowed him to play evil characters, never allowed that in a game he's seen. He's never had anyone play that before, but one of his players wants to play one in his upcoming game. I think he said Ravenloft, or maybe it was Planescape. I think Ravenloft, though. Anyway, he seemed to be most open to the idea, and I think that's good. Now, it should come as no surprise to anyone who's watched more than, say, 2 of my videos. I like the evil characters. I play the evil characters. I enjoy the evil characters quite a bit more than I do the good ones. I play evil all the time. And, yes, it's generally pretty easy for me to convince game masters, even ones I don't know, to let me do pretty much whatever I want in a game. Why? I'm not going to be fucking disruptive. I'm not going to cause a problem. I'm not going to be playing a character for the reason of being a dick and causing other people problems, making the game less fun for people. That's not what I want to do. That's not what I'm into. That's not what I'm interested in. It's not what you should be interested in. If it is, fucking find another hobby. Go troll people on some MMO or something. That's fine for you. RPGs are no longer something you're allowed to do. That being said, I have always rooted for the heel. I remember being 4 years old and liking the heel. You're damn right I cheered for Beastman. I was like, God damn, please, Beastman, whoop He-Man's bitch ass this week. You know Mumra was my favorite character on Thundercats. Guess who I liked on G.I. Joe? Well, other than Sergeant Slaughter. It was Destro. It was the Nemesis Enforcer dude. He was a baller. Serpentor, those kind of guys. Cobra Commander. What's up, man? What's up, man? It was my shit. I'm not going to fuck around like I didn't like that. I rooted for all the bad guys. The Road Warriors, when they were heels, stabbing Dusty Rhodes in the eye. Get all, baby. Them Road Warriors beat my big fat ass in the fan, baby. And I enjoyed that. I enjoy the bad guys. Always have. Always would play toys when I was a kid. Man, I want to be Jabba the Hutt. Bosk, Bib Fortuna, to play the Gamorrean Guards, or those kind of guys. That's why I had I had almost all the Jabba stuff when I was a kid. I love that stuff. Skywalker, I don't give a damn about his ass. Han Solo or C-3PO or Princess Leia, them. Always like the bad guys. Whether it was comic books, movies, TV shows, whatever it is. Even now, I like the bad guys. I think I've counted up my list of comic book heroes. I'm like, it's all bad guys, man. Sinestro Corps. I enjoy the bad guys. So, again, not a surprise. And I say that to give you my qualifications to say that I am intimately familiar with the bad guys and how to produce them in a way, like I just said, I have to be disruptive, but I don't play the bad guy. How do we do that? Some people have the completely deluded, confused, and bitch-ass opinion that you have to be a dick to play bad guys. You have to have a dick character. No, it's absolutely asinine. Your character can be the glue that holds the party together and be evil as fuck. Evil as fuck. I've done that before in games. Now, evil can be all across the board. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about concept. Here's the key in games. Well, first of all, let me say alignment. First of all, I hate alignments in D&D. Anytime I ever run D&D in the future, I'll never use alignments again. They're a terrible idea, and they're only good for 10 or 12-year-olds. If after the point of where you're, say, 14 years old, if you still need alignment, the reason they have alignments in the game, look, here's the shoot reason. I'm trying to get people, it's not right, but that is right. Here's the reason they have it. So when that 10 or 12-year-old is playing, or that person with the brain of a 12-year-old is playing, and they get bored at the game, and they're instead of their lawful good paladin running around and killing everyone in the town because they're bored, they don't. You go, oh, no, your character's lawful good, he wouldn't do that. Oh, nope, lawful good, he wouldn't do that. Wouldn't do that. That's what alignment's there for. So the game master can tell you what you would and wouldn't do. Oh, boy. I don't think I've ever said that to someone who's playing my game. So you want to do that? right. I mean, I don't play with games where players are out there like butchering the town, unless for some reason they want to. I mean, it actually that has happened. Not in the same kind of way I'm describing. Not in the way that it would almost look MMO-ish, running around and killing a town and stealing. There may be a reason. Maybe the town has done something. They've done something to warrant the character's anger. Now, I have no problem with people playing evil characters in my game. None at all. Not at all. When you're playing evil characters in your typical D&D game, only allow one of them. When you have two, they're just not that special anymore. I think evil aligned campaigns are typically a bad idea, and most game masters get confused on how to run them well. But if you're running that game, you have, let's look at Dragonlance. Rassilin is fucking evil character. He's neutral evil. Fair character in Dragonlance. only character is good in Dragonlance. The rest of them are good though. So you have that evil character there, and he has relationships with the other characters. He cares about at least some of them. He has reasons of his own. He's not disrupting the party like Rassilin can be a boss. He's not like fireball. He can conduct himself okay. There's this horrible idea of good versus bad, good versus bad, good versus bad, which is just archaic. Put that away. That idea is highly disruptive to creativity. Now, when you're making that evil character, right? Now, we know he's evil, so don't start with your first step of, let's make him more evil. He's a riddle with vice. Let's actually start over here. We already know he's evil. We'll get back to why he's evil in a minute. But, where is he good? Why is he good? How is he good? Where is he holy? Where is the light coming out of that shadow? Where is the virtue in this damned soul? Once you start putting those questions together, you begin to build a road towards sympathy. Remember, when you're playing a role-playing game, you are not the antagonist. An evil character can be a protagonist all day long. An evil character can be a protagonist. Particularly in this day and age we live in, you can play the anti-hero or straight up a villainous type character and just kick ass and be flashy and full of charisma and just beat that ass over and over again, and people can get with you. Imagine if it's a show. Imagine it's not just a game you're playing, but the thing's really happening and it's on a show or a movie. The player characters are supposed to be the ones you leave going, oh yeah, I like those guys. Those guys are badass. Well, you might have one that he stands up for what he believes in, he beats that ass, but he's ruthless. He'll kill anybody. He doesn't give a damn. He'll beat you down in front of your mom and smack your horse in the mouth. He'll do whatever he feels he needs to do. And maybe the character is involved in infernalism. Maybe he's there with the party just to claim up some souls. And he's like, yeah, I'm with these dudes to claim up souls. Well, why? Well, they're an adventure party, and they seem to kill lots of stuff. This works really well for me. I don't really have to do anything. I got people to watch me and, to vouch for me. I can get into towns. This is fucking wonderful. This works amazing. Stab them in the back of the sleeve. Are you stupid? Of course I'm not going to do that. These guys are my meal ticket. Why would I sacrifice my meal ticket? See, that's the thing. Once you're with the other party, why are you with them? How are you with them? How are you able to function in the group? Figure out that in your concept phase. How would this character be able to function in a group of other individuals? And how would he be able to do so without stealing from them, robbing them, or eating them while they're sleeping? Now, unless they're Holocaust character, they'll be fucking eaten, the rest of them don't really deserve that sort of fate. That being said, let's think about ways. And I'm not going to go through a long, exhaustive list, but let's think, and let you think, ways that the character can be less than disruptive. The way the character can have relationships. Why is he in the party? Why are they including him? Why do they keep trusting him? Why do they keep him around? Instead of any sort of outside reason that you're all sitting around, he should be able to hand a lot back to the party. Maybe you're this really tyrannical, potent, forceful, intimidating, bullyish, lawful evil anti-paladin. But, man, if you tell him something, that's the way it's going to be. You don't break your word, you're going to be with the party, and it's like, okay, look, I'm going to do these things, and I'm going to do this other shit that we're not even going to talk about, but I'm going to be here, so the job's done, I'm going to be here, I'm going to watch your back, I'm going to take care of you. And that's very simplistic, that's very, very black and white there, but, getting over that just sort of stimulate the ideas and think the character has to be able to give the other party back something, so they're not like, all right, peace, dude, you scare the fuck out of us, we're dipping. You know, it's like, yeah, we kind of, this guy's the best thing going right now. We gotta bring him in and get with him. You know, particularly if you make characters charismatic and intelligent, you can really get away with a lot more because you can start rationalizing and justifying your actions. It's very easy for me in a game because, you know, typically I have characters that are smart and intelligent, and they can put it over on the other players in a way, because I take the skills that allow me to do it, and I can roleplay those skills very well. That they're like, well, yeah, okay, we'll keep giving the benefit of the doubt on that one, and I don't know. But when you get into those sort of religious discussions and topics where you can explain, well, actually, really, your cause actually aids the infernal armies greatly, so we appreciate what you're doing here, followers of Tyr. This war you've started is absolutely wonderful. And they're like, oh, so it makes them kind of rethink things. And you can play sort of a dark, cracked mirror to their character as well, and you can, once your game master, you need a very good game master for the scene, but once you start putting those parallels between NPCs and PCs and between PCs and PCs, where you can say, okay, this character highlights this other aspect of you, this character reflects another part of you. What if you had taken the left path instead of the right? Would you be him? And does that start eliciting fear in the character? Oh, you know, so the evil character, you need to come up with reasons why you're not just going to cause problems for the rest of the party, why you're not going to steal from them and kill them and so forth. Now, besides that, you need to come up with reasons that the game master, and ways that the game master can produce your character, plot hooks, ideas. You're not going to go with the typical, oh no, the mayor's daughter has been kidnapped by kobolds, my dad, and they're down in the mine, and oh god, I'll give you 28 gold pieces. You don't care about that, man. You do not care about that dumbass adventure hook. And no character should, because that adventure hook is balls. But that's going to be your typical, you know, D&D module. Probably like 50 of them. You know, some variant permutation of that idea. You don't care about that. Now, if you're running that kind of module that requires good line characters and evil characters, it's a whole different story. We're not talking about playing modules. We're talking about evil characters. And the evil character can have all kinds of goals. Once he has goals, aspirations, motivations, things he cares about, and he's explained this to you. And remember, explain what your character cares about to the game master. Don't just write some stupid-ass background that's pandering for magic items and Pegasus and shit like that. Give a game master ideas about your passions and your things you care about, what you want to do, how you want to put yourself over, the stamp you want to leave on the world, those sort of things. Once he can begin to put together a plot line that's woven from your character, ideas, and how he's going to bring NPCs in that can interact with you, then you really have something that can get going. It can get hot. It can really start going. You know, like I say, if you watch a TV show, you're like, oh, hell yeah, that character's badass. He just doesn't even give a damn. Like, there's other characters that be like, no, we can't kill them. And you're like, you know, like one of those old, like, Justice League comic books, like, well, we beat your ass, Darkseid, but now, I guess everything, you know, will put you in jail. And then you know, then you had like the evil, maybe the evil character, like, no, fuck that, off with your head, Darkseid. And then Darkseid gets sorted out. So, you know, and in D&D, that probably would not even be considered evil, but you can go a lot further than that. Trust me, all the things you can get away with, as long as you can definitively give something back, as long as you can somehow build a bridge of trust in character with the other characters. You got to sort those things out. Character concept. You need to say it again because it's very, very important. An evil character should not be carte blanche and licensed to be a dick and cause problems in the game. That sort of play is why I have to do a video like this, because a lot of game masters go, oh no, I can't do that because people will be an ass and cause problems. And if for a moment you think your player is going to be an ass and cause problems because they're playing evil, don't let them play an evil character. Veto that concept right away and say, no, it's, you know, you're a basic player. You're a jackleg player that I can't really trust to do these things. Your style is butt. In fact, you know, at that point, maybe you find another player. I certainly would. I'll do that right now. Someone who's playing an evil character, you should be able to trust them, and they produce a lot on them. Character motivation is... all characters should have lots of motivations, interesting motivations to use a game master, and you should be able to harvest those and bring all kinds of ideas. So the evil character should be tons of ideas for how to run a game that don't just involve sitting around and waylaying passengers down the forest roads for items. He can have a lot of very interesting ideas. Maybe he has a great hatred for a dominant religious institution that he wants to topple it and bring it to its knees. And perhaps even start planning it with a particularly darker one. Think about, like I said, the virtues of the character as well. What is good about him? Because you want to build sympathy on that character. Is he dark? Is he angry? Does he have damage? Has he had a hard life? Is he, a victim himself? Has society damaged him or treated him wrongly? Has perhaps this good aligned organization that he hates, have they treated him badly and created him? Have they made their own monster? And is it the monster's fault? Is the monster himself really just a victim? You can come into that sort of social idea that we have in a society like ours and examine that through the game, and can produce something kind of interesting when the character has to confront that. Remember, your good aligned organizations aren't necessarily all full of good people. The good people, particularly the way D&D scripts alignment out, can do some pretty fucked up things. So they can produce some individuals that are pretty much against them and would be very happy to burn them down in their houses with their families and so forth, because some pretty bad things are happening to them. How does someone who is very dark, a child of a dark union, how does he react to his family being killed? Let's look at what your typical good aligned adventurers do, storming into monsters. Let's just put it onto a religious organization to make it nice and easier. You're living there. You got your mother and father, everything's straight. You got your family, your little tribe or whatever it is. And all of a sudden, like the Church of Good comes in there and just burns and kills everybody. You're hidden away, and they killed them. They burned them, and hell, by the end of the alignment, they're fine. Them just fucking inquisitate your whole damn family. You might want to settle up a score, 10, 15 years in the future when it's time to whoop that ass. Another kind of thing you do, like a priest of Talos, chaotic evil as fuck, calling down the thunder, but with charisma and utter badasses. He's going to beat that ass, kick that ass, and everybody's going to get with him. You're going to have party members. Particularly, you get that charisma. Boom! You're the god of thunder and ass beating. And who doesn't love someone who's going to beat that ass, stand up with courage and conviction and say, "No! You!" and bring the hammer down, crushing nuggets and sorting fools out 100% directly and for all times. That sort of character, while he can be a force of chaos, primordial mayhem, can be a great driving force in the game. Just wild woolly barbarian who has no time for anything other than to be savage. He can be loyal. He can be very much like, "Oh, I respect you." And the other person, "Oh, I do want your respect." So, all right, I guess it's straight that you're doing horribly violent things. Why are you tying that guy up? Best you don't look. Because you're going to do some wicked-ass things. You got to remember the evil character is going to do some things that are evil. Evil characters can do things that are evil away from the party as well to, make things just a little bit easier. But overall, I say, give it a try. But one player, give it a try. See how it works for you. Try to pick mature players. Try to pick players that you don't think are going to cause a problem, that aren't going to abuse your trust or allowing them to play evil, and explain the idea of concept to them. Explain what's good about the character. Why is the character damaged? Let's examine the evil. Why is he evil? What's good about him? Where is his sympathy? Why would anyone else adventure with him? Why would anyone else be his friend? And once they start answering those questions, remember, there's a checklist of questions. Once you can start knocking those off, it can work pretty well. As long as you're not playing this type character that often D&D kind of almost satirizes evil, you're going to do just fine playing an evil character, and you're going to present a different challenge, an interesting role-playing challenge. The psychology of evil characters can often be far more interesting than good, particularly if you've seen and played good characters over and over and over again. An evil character can be a wonderful breath of fresh night air. So I strongly recommend giving it a try. And please feel free to leave any sort of comments, the ideas of evil characters, what you like them, what you've seen, what you've played, what evil ideas you might have for PCs. And hopefully this answers your question.